Today we will be looking at the second part of past adjustments. In the first part we have seen that we are passing a single journal entry to rectify any mistake or omission that has taken place after the final accounts have been prepared. In this second part, we will see when separate adjustment entry for each error and omission is passed. That means we are going to pass more than one journal entry to rectify the mistake, error, or if any omission has taken place, to bring that into account. So to understand this, let us take a question. Question number 67. The capital accounts of P, Q and R stood at rupees 2 lakh, 1 lakh 50,000 and 1 lakh respectively. After the necessary adjustments in respect of drawings and net profit for the year ended 31st March 2019. So after adjustment for drawings as well as the net profit. It was subsequently discovered that interest on capital at 10% per annum was not taken into account while arriving at the divisible profits for the year. Drawings during the year were P rupees 5,000 per month, that means it will be 5,000 into 12 for the whole year. Q rupees 15,000 quarterly, so Q's drawings will be 15,000 into 4, and R total rupees 30,000. The net profit for the year amounted to 1,80,000 and profit sharing ratio is 2:2:1. You are required to pass the necessary journal entries to rectify the lapse in accounting. So here what has happened is that by mistake they did not provide for interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum, and whatever was the profit, 1,80,000, that they divided among the partners in the ratio of 2:2:1. So first of all, we see that in the question the closing capitals are given of P, Q and R. Closing capitals of P, Q and R are 2 lakh, 1,50,000 and 1 lakh respectively. From the closing capital we have to arrive at the opening capital. So first of all we'll do that. Calculation of opening capital. The closing capital of P was 2 lakh, Q 1 lakh 50 and R 1 lakh. We'll add the drawings to them. The drawings of P was 5,000 per month, so total drawings will be 5,000 into 12, 60,000. Q's drawings was 15,000 per quarter, so 15,000 into 4, that is 60,000. And R's drawings was only 30,000 for the whole year. So we are adding the drawings. So we get P's 2,60,000, Q 2,10,000 and R 1,30,000. Then the profits was 1,80,000. That 1,80,000 was divided between P, Q and R in the ratio of 2:2:1. So P was given 2/5 of 1,80,000, that is 72,000, that we are going to subtract. Then Q also 2/5 of 1,80,000, that is also 72,000, that also will subtract. And R 1/5 of 1,80,000, that is 36,000, that also we are going to subtract. So P's opening capital was 2,60,000 minus 72,000, 1,88,000. Q's was 2,10,000 minus 72,000, 1,38,000. And R's was 1,30,000 minus 36,000, that is 94,000. So these are the opening capitals of P, Q and R. Now we will provide interest on capital to P, Q and R on these opening capitals. So the interest on capitals will be, P's interest on capital will be 10% of 1,88,000, that is 18,800. R's will be 1,38,000 into 10 by 100, that is 13,800, and that was a Q. And R's will be 94,000 into 10 by 100, that is 9,400. So the total interest on capital of P, Q and R will be 18,800 plus 13,800 plus 9,400. That comes to 42,000. So the divisible profits will be 1,80,000 minus 18,800 plus 13,800 plus 9,400. So that comes to 1,38,000. This is the correct divisible profit. And this correct divisible profit will be distributed between P, Q and R in the ratio of 2:2:1, which is their profit sharing ratio. So P share will be 2 by 5 of 1,38,000, that is 55,200. Q share will be 2 by 5 of 1,38,000, that is 55,200. And R share will be 1/5 of 1,38,000, that is 27,600. So here we are first finding out the correct divisible profit, that is 1,38,000, after subtracting the interest on the capitals which we have to provide to P, Q and R. And then that correct divisible profit we are distributing between P, Q and R in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2:2:1. Now if you look at the journal entries which we have to pass, first of all that 1,80,000 which was distributed between P, Q and R in the ratio of 2:1, 72,000, 72,000 and 36,000, that we are going to cancel. How do we cancel? We'll debit P's capital account by 72,000. We will debit Q's capital account by 72,000. We will debit R's capital account by 36,000. To profit and loss adjustment account. Please remember, it will be adjustment account. 1,80,000. So whatever wrong profits were distributed between P, Q and R, that we are cancelling by passing this journal entry. Then we will provide the interest on capital. Interest on capital total came to 42,000. So interest on capital account will be debited by 42,000. To P's capital account 18,800, that is P's interest on capital. To Q's capital account 13,800, that is Q's interest on capital. To R's capital account 9,400, that is the interest on capital of R. So now we are providing the interest on capital to P, Q and R by passing this journal entry. Now this is the adjusting entry. What will be the closing entry? The closing entry will be profit and loss adjustment account debit 42,000 to interest on capital 42,000. So we are transferring this interest on capital to profit and loss adjustment account. Again I repeat, it will be profit and loss adjustment account. Then what was our correct divisible profit? Our correct divisible profit was 1,38,000. This we are going to distribute between P, Q and R in the profit sharing ratio, that is 2:1. So that entry will be profit and loss adjustment account debit 1,38,000. To P's capital account 55,200. To Q's capital account 55,200. To R's capital account 27,600. So we are dividing the actual or correct divisible profit between P, Q and R in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2:2:1. So one thing please remember, that here we are writing profit and loss adjustment account. Okay, so the first journal entry, P's capital debit, Q's capital debit, R's capital debit to profit and loss adjustment account. This was to cancel the mistake that was done in distributing the profit. Then we are providing for the interest on capital, correct interest on capital. So for that, interest on capital to P, to Q, to R's capital. Then we are closing this entry by transferring it to profit and loss adjustment account. So profit and loss adjustment account debit 42,000 to interest on capital 42,000. And then we are distributing the actual divisible profit, which should be distributed between P, Q and R by passing the last entry, profit and loss adjustment account debit 1,38,000 to P, to Q, to R in the ratio of 2:2:1. So we are passing more than one journal entry to rectify the omissions that have taken place or the errors that have taken place in this particular concept. Now we will be looking at another part of the fundamentals of partnership, that is guarantee of profits to a partner. It so happens sometimes that a particular partner or partners may be given guarantee by one or more partners that his share of profits will not be less than a particular amount. This is known as guarantee of profits to a partner. Like for example, if we are having three partners A, B and C, and A and B tell C that his share of profits will not be less than rupees 50,000 per annum. So if his share of profits comes to less than rupees 50,000 per annum according to his profit sharing ratio, then the other partners A and B are going to make up for that deficiency. That means C has to be given 50,000 whether there are sufficient profits or not. So that guarantee may be given by any one of the partners. Like in our example A, B and C, there are three partners and C is given the guarantee by only A maybe, or only maybe by B, or all the other partners in a particular ratio. See like for example in our example there are three partners A, B and C. So C is given the guarantee by A and B in a particular ratio. So let us look at question number 69A to clear this particular concept of guarantee. A, B and C are partners in a firm. Profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. However, C is guaranteed a minimum amount of rupees 10,000 as share of profits every year. Any deficiency arising on that account shall be met by A. Here A will meet the deficiency of C. The profits for the 2 years ending 31st March 2015 and 2016 were rupees 30,000 and rupees 90,000 respectively. Prepare profit and loss appropriation account for the 2 years. So in this question there are three partners A, B and C. Profit sharing ratio is 3:1. C is given a guarantee of rupees 10,000 as his minimum share of profits. And who gives that guarantee? That is given by A. Okay, so if his share of profits comes less than 10,000, then it will be deducted from A's share and it will be given to C. So we have been given 2 years profits. One is 31st March 2015, the other is 31st March 2016. In the first year, that is the year ending on 31st March 2015, the profit was rupees 30,000. So for the year ending 31st March 2015, A's share of profits as per his profit sharing ratio is 3/6 into 30,000. That comes to 15,000. B's share of profits as per his profit sharing ratio is 2/6 of 30,000, that is 10,000. And C's share of profit as per his profit sharing ratio is 1/6 of 30,000, that is 5,000. Now you see over here that C's share is coming less than the guaranteed amount. The guaranteed amount was 10,000, but according to his PS ratio, it is coming to only 5,000. And who has given the guarantee? A has given the guarantee. Now A's share of profit according to his PS ratio is coming 15,000. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take 5,000 from A's share. So A's share will be now 15,000 minus 5,000, 10,000. And we are going to give that 5,000 to C. So C share will be now 5,000 plus 5,000 what he got from A, 10,000. So according to your guaranteed amount, A share becomes less by 5,000. So if you prepare the profit and loss appropriation account, you will see by profit and loss account 30,000. To share of profit, A will get 10,000. 15 minus 5 he has given to C. B share is 10,000. B share will be 2/6 of 30,000, that is 10,000 only. And C share is also 10,000. 5,000 was as per his PS ratio, and 5,000 he got from A because he was supposed to get a minimum of 10,000. Okay. Now we come to the next year. If you look at the next year, for the year ending 31st March 2016, A share of profit as per PS ratio is 3/6 of 90,000, 45,000. B share of profits as per profit sharing ratio is 2/6 of 90,000, that is 30,000. And C share of profits as per profit sharing ratio is 1/6 of 90,000, that is 15,000. So in this case we see that C's minimum guaranteed amount is already received by him as per his profit sharing ratio. The minimum guarantee that was given to C was 10,000, but according to his profit sharing ratio he is already getting 15,000. So no need to take away anything from anybody. So these are the amounts that each partner will be getting. So if you prepare the profit and loss appropriation account, by profit and loss account 90,000, to share of profits, A 45,000, B 30,000 and C 15,000. In this case, C's guaranteed amount is already received. He is actually getting more than that. So no need to do any more deduction from A's account. Now let's come to question number 70. S, T, W and X are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 4:3:2:1. X is given a guarantee that his share of profits in any given year would be rupees 80,000. Deficiency, if any, would be borne by other partners equally. Other partners, that means A, T and W, they will bear the deficiency equally. The profits for the year ended 31st March 2015 amounted to rupees 6,50,000. Now here X is given a guarantee of 80,000. Now as per his PS ratio, it is coming to 1/10. 1/4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So X's share of profits as per his PS ratio will be 1/10 of 6,50,000. That is 65,000. Now this is 15,000 less than the guaranteed amount. So that 15,000 deficiency, it will be taken from S's share, T share and W share equally. That means 5,000 will be taken from S's share, 5,000 will be taken from T share and 5,000 will be taken from W share. Now S's share of profit will be 4/10 into 6,50,000, that is coming to 2,60,000. But he has to give that 5,000 rupees to X from his share, so minus 5,000. So his share of profit will be 2,55,000. Similarly, if you take T share of profits, his PS ratio is 3/10, so 3/10 into 6,50,000, that is 1,95,000. But he also has to give 5,000 of the deficiency to X. So minus 5,000, 1,90,000. That will be his share of profit. Then W's share of profits will be, his PS ratio is 2/10. So 2/10 into 6,50,000, that is 1,30,000. But again he also has to bear 5,000 rupees which he has to give to X. So minus 5,000. So 1,25,000. And 5,000 taken from S 5,000 taken from T and 5,000 taken from W will be given to X. So the share of profits will be, X's share will be 65 plus 15,000, that will be 80,000. S's share of profits will be 2,60,000 minus 5,000, that is 2,55,000. And T share will be 1,95,000 minus 5, that is 1,90,000. And W share will be 1,30,000 minus 5,000, 1,25,000. So if you prepare the profit and loss appropriation account, so the share of profits of S will be 2,55,000, T will be 1,90,000, W will be 1,25,000, and X will be 80,000. Okay, this is how the profits will be divided between the partners. Here we have taken the deficiency 15,000 equally from the remaining partners, that means S, T and W. So 1/3 of 15,000, 5,000 has been given by X, 1/3 of 15,000, 5,000 has been given by T, and 1/3 of 15,000, 5,000 has been given by W.